Sydney has among the worst traffic in the world. The studies found that Beijing is the globe's most car-congested city. The traffic-clogged Indian capital came 5th and Sydney 10th.
Sydney traffic has once again ground to a halt.
It's no surprise tempers flared. Trips from the inner city suburbs are taking up to 2 hours to reach the CBD.
Sydney now has one of the worst traffic congestion seen in any city around the world, and which is the very worst out of all Australian and New Zealand cities. Now it's reaching a breaking point for commuters. How did it get so bad, and is there any end to the commuting nightmare?
Hey, I'm Keen, and I'm like any other Sydney citizen, where I would be spending up to 45 minutes of my morning on a bus or even in the car commuting work. And my school is 6 kilometres away. It takes me up to 35 minutes every morning waiting on a bus just to get 6 kilometres. With Sydney now being rated in the top 10 worst traffic congested cities in the world, this means that Sydney residents are now spending more than 150 extra hours per year stuck in traffic than just compared with 6 years ago. It's a very big increase, and 150 hours per year is a lot of time. This means that Sydney residents on average per week will be spending 5.5 hours stuck behind the wheel in traffic commuting to and from work. This is a big increase, and compared to other Australian cities is pretty large. And when you're only working on average 4 days a week and a 9-to-5 job, you'll be spending more than 10% of your working hours away from home stuck in traffic behind the wheel.
So, how did it get so bad? Well, in short, the problem is that Sydney is growing too fast and the roads are becoming packed to the maximum capacity. With space running out in Sydney, it has become extremely hard to widen the roads and increase the traffic flow. So much of the money has been invested into building tunnels instead, which, as we know, tunnels take more time and more money to build. The Westlink tunnel was expected to be built in the next few years, but now the project has been pushed back much later. So it will be a while till congestion on this road is lightened for all the many thousands of commuters who use it every single day. You're probably thinking that City Westlink Road isn't that congested, right? Well, let's have a look over here in Parramatta Road then. And if you're wondering, the traffic still does get worse than this. Well, now what you see here is at times the second worst congested road in Sydney after the M5, which the M5 is the most congested road in Sydney. This road is the most direct route into the Sydney CBD for many thousands of commuters. Travelling on this road would add about 20 minutes of travel time to a person's commute, and that person is only usually stuck on this road for about a kilometre. You could say that this road is like a brother with the City Westlink Road, except it's the brother that the parents, or you could say the government, have given up on. In this case, it doesn't have any projects scheduled that would help relieve congestion on it. So as the congestion increases on this road, it's just going to keep getting worse until the government decides that a project is necessary on this road, which will probably be a while. So now you know how bad the situation is, what solutions do we have? At this current time, nothing, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. With road projects being pushed ahead in the years to come and major public transport upgrades as part of the government's Building Tomorrow's Sydney plan, commuters will be expecting better ways to get them places and quicker. But for the time being, everybody needs to do their part in making smarter choices on how they commute. Taking small steps such as leaving 30 minutes earlier than you usually do are proven to reduce commute times by more than 15%. I hope from watching this you learnt more about the traffic issues in Sydney and that you better understand what is going on to help you make better and smarter commuting choices.